Okay, have you ever eaten breakfast and by 10 a.m. you are starving and you don't know why? Or you ate dinner and then 30 minutes later you're looking in the pantry and then you're looking in the fridge and then you're looking in the pantry again. You're like, I just ate. Or maybe you are thinking about food all day long. It's exhausting. If that is you, you are not alone. Most people think that hunger is a willpower situation. But what if I told you it's actually your body trying to signal or send something? So, in today's video, I'm going to give you 6 science backed reasons as to why you might be always thinking about food or always hungry. And then I'm also going to give you a simple tip after each one for something that you can apply today or tomorrow. So I think that will help a lot too. If you're new here, hello, my name is Danielle Carr. I'm a registered and licensed dietitian, a certified personal trainer. For the past 20 years, I have been helping people lose weight, get healthy, but also simplify nutrition. I make these videos short, quick, and to the point because I think that's all what we need, and also to understand nutrition better. So if this helps you, I would love for, if you want to stick around, like, subscribe, would love for you to be here. Okay, let's get into it. So before we jump into the 6 reasons, let's clear up a myth. Hunger does not start in your stomach. It actually starts in your brain. So all day, your brain is getting these signals and these messages from our gut, like our gut bacteria, our pancreas, our liver, our whole intestine, small intestine, large intestine, our hormones, all day. It's like getting push notifications on our phone. You know how you get so many push notifications and we ignore pretty much every single one of them? That's how it is for your body. Or like if you were to get hundreds of text messages in a minute, that's also how it is for our body. But we don't want to ignore these push notifications through our body. We want to more make sure our brain is sending the right notifications, if that makes sense. All right, so let's get into the first one, and that is protein. So protein is the most filling nutrient that we can have. And it's also something that a lot of people don't get enough of. There might be people that get enough of it, great, but it really helps your body's natural hunger hormones to actually go down. So there's ghrelin and there's leptin, and it helps release our natural GLP-1 and peptide YY. So we won't get too much into that, but that's always positive. And it helps your energy, it helps you feel full longer. And so I think of it as most people for breakfast, we either don't eat breakfast and maybe we just have a coffee, or maybe coffee and toast, or maybe a muffin, or maybe oatmeal. Not a bad thing, but if it's missing protein, that is why you are so hungry, like very quickly, whether it's 30 minutes later or it's an hour and a half later. Your body's missing a key nutrient that it needs. But if we don't know that, then we're just gonna eat, right? But it really needed that protein. So if you're someone that does just have the toast or nothing, I'm gonna really encourage you this week. All I want you to try is just, if you like cottage cheese, do cottage cheese. Or do cottage cheese and eggs. Or maybe do Greek yogurt and some fruit. Even if you just get eggs and toast in. But I want you to try that. I would say eggs, toast, and like an avocado. Try that, and then I want you to think about how you feel 2 hours later and if that made a difference. Because keying into those sensors of like how our body feels and after what changed, that's what's gonna help you make the changes. Just a thought that I didn't mention is also do leftovers from the night before. Add chicken, like just eat chicken if you need to, okay? Second thing is ultra processed foods. All right, so not all processed foods are bad, but the ultra processed foods are the ones that I care about, are the ones that are designed to make us want another bite. There is a reason why researchers spend billions of dollars, or companies spend billions of dollars for the researchers to figure out the perfect combination. They call this the bliss point of sugar, fat, and salt for us to want more, 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 more. Okay? There's a reason for that. So think of like, have you ever eaten a whole sleeve of Oreos or a whole sleeve of some type of cookies? I have. Absolutely. And I still want more. Like I had to make myself stop. Have you ever eaten 6 chicken breasts or even chicken thighs and you just can't stop? Probably not, right? So that's the difference there. These companies, not that they're evil, but they're wanting us to eat those real natural foods. They want us to eat their foods. They want us to buy more of their foods. So, like, imagine a whole potato versus a bag of potato chips. Okay, this whole potato is full of fiber and volume because it has some water. It's got nutrients. Think about how long it takes you to eat a potato. It makes you feel full longer. Now, if I gave you a bag of potato chips, what would happen? Well, first of all, it's stripped of the nutrients. It's filled with the inflammatory oils as the fat. There's no protein. There's no fiber. It's very quick to eat, right? It's very quick to eat, and you want more, so you might overeat, right? And you don't feel full. Like 30 minutes, an hour later, you're hungry again. And I understand that these foods are really convenient, and it's hard to stop, especially if you have a pantry full of them right now. But this week, I just want you, if this is your thing, okay? If you're like, oh yeah, that's me, I want you to try this one, maybe just one swap. So instead of the chips, grab cottage cheese, cheese and an apple, or grab roasted chickpeas or edamame, and see if you are hungry a couple hours later. Okay? All right, reason number 3 out of the 6 is sleep. Sleep is tough. I completely understand that. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you need to get more sleep. I mean, we do need to get more sleep. But how many, like you can write in the comments, do you actually get 7 hours of sleep every night? So I'm not necessarily going to be like, change that right away, but let's think of things that we can put into process and into ways to help get us more sleep. Because here's why. Even one night of less sleep increases the hormones that make us hungry and decreases the hormones that make us feel full. So there's ghrelin. I think ghrelin, right? That hunger hormone goes up. Right when we wake up, we are already hungry. I mean, you may not feel the hunger, but your body is already the ghrelin's activated. And then the feeling of feeling full is going down, the leptin's down. But the problem with that is that cookie, when we're tired like that, doesn't just look good, it looks really good. Because our reward activity center in our brain wants to be rewarded. It's like craving that reward response, that dopamine hit. And so it's like, oh no, I need the cookie. I'm going to have that cookie. So I think when you're tired or you haven't been sleeping well, if you can know those things ahead of time, that really helps. And then you could think like, okay, I am not going to have, like I'm craving this chocolate, but instead I'm going to have these peanut butter balls with chocolate chips in them that I've made ahead of time. So you got it. Because sometimes we feel like it's failure. Like we failed because we went into this, but it's not failure. It's biology, okay? So one swap this week, if this is you, just like one small win for sleep is maybe just put your phone away 20 minutes before bed. Don't bring it with you. Like I love taking my phone to the bathroom and leaving it in there. Sometimes I've charged it out in the living room, but putting it in the bathroom, and that way I put it up and I don't get into bed, because the times that I don't do that, I get into bed, look at my phone, put my phone away, and I get right back and I look at my phone and I scroll. So think of something for you for that. All right, reason number 4, stress. Who is not stressed? We have so much stress, more than ever. Time, emotional relationships, finances, social media comparisons, job. Like we have so much stress, and stress isn't bad. Like you're going to have some stress in your life. When we wake up, we have this stress hormone called cortisol. Yay, cortisol, we need it. We need it to help us make the big or small decisions in the day, to help us get us through the challenges. The problem is cortisol should be going down when it really constantly stays up. But here's the other thing. When our cortisol is up, our body, physiologically, our hormones crave sweet, sugar, and fat. Sugar and fat foods. Why? Because that is it. We feel like that's going to help lower our stress. We get that dopamine response. We get that hit. We want it. And we also are like, I have to have it. So if that's you and your cortisol, your stress, you're always elevated. That means you're always craving that quick energy. Instead of trying to eliminate the stress, I want to just build in little resets there. Okay? So maybe a 10-minute walk after dinner. Do it. Have I don't care if it's flip-flops by the door. Maybe it's a prayer. Meditation. Maybe it's calling a friend that has great energy and gets your mind off things. But pick one reset if that's you. Okay, reason number 5 is fiber. I love fiber. It does so much more than digestion. I feel like most people, we think fiber is pooping. Yay! Okay, yes, we want it for digestion. We need it for pooping. But here's the biggest thing with fiber. It feeds the healthy bacteria in our gut. Our body is made out of bacteria, only 1% human cell. So when we feed this good bacteria, good fiber, it creates signals that tells your brain you've had enough to eat. It actually releases short-chain fatty acids. I will not go into that today, but I feel like that makes all these little friends, all these good friends. And so you've got even more good bacteria that helps your brain signal, you're good, you're done to eat. So easy ways to add in fiber. You could do peanut butter and apple, okay? Because I'm always going to say, if you can, pair protein and fiber. Like your fiber is your apple, your protein is your peanut butter. Cottage cheese with tomato. Again, roasted chickpeas, edamame, salads, of course, are always great because you can add so much to them. But this week, try adding 1 protein and 1 fiber together, okay? If that's you, that you can work on. And then reason number 6 is the drinking your calories. So liquid calories do not satisfy us the same way that solid food satisfies us. Think about the amount of time it takes to eat versus drink. Your body's actually having to chew it. Your digestion is working. You're actually getting good coating on your cell lining. We can drink a 500, 800 calorie sugary coffee drink like that, right? And then we are ready for lunch an hour later. But if you were to have like a meal or a snack of like Greek yogurt, eggs, berries, you're not going to be hungry an hour later. You're just not. Most people, you're going to stay full longer. So I won't go too much on calories on drinking because it's pretty self-explanatory. My suggestion for your one swap would be maybe you do sparkling water with lemon and lime, or sparkling water. Maybe you've got some mint or unsweetened tea. Grab that. That's, and replace that. It's hard, but once you replace it, that habit becomes a lot easier, okay? So in closing, before blaming yourself, I want you to ask these questions. Am I not sleeping well? So I need to have some systems set up for that. Am I not getting enough protein? Okay, how can I change that? Let's start the morning with that. Am I eating foods that satisfy me, or am I just eating my kids' goldfish? And so we need to have some foods there like cheese and apple that help. Am I getting enough fiber? Am I drinking my calories? Do I need to switch that? Because every one of these changes will change the messages that your body sends to your brain and tells you if you're full. So I don't want you to be like, I got to do all these things. Again, I want you to pick one thing. These small changes are going to add up to big results, but you got to work on them. Work on one thing this week. Work on that one thing the next week. Work on that one thing again the next week. I don't care. Perfect that one thing, and then we'll move on to the next. Because again, that's how you're going to make the big changes. So I would love to hear from you in the comments. What is the one thing that stood out today? What's the one change that you're going to make? And if you found this video helpful, I would love for you to subscribe. I would love for you to share it with somebody. Hopefully this was quick enough for you. Got to the point. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.